This week's pick a card reading looks pretty good. There's some really good influences here and some positive ways to move forward right now. Hi and welcome back. This week's pick a card reading looks pretty amazing. There's a little bit of stuff to work through, but we're living in a pretty crazy time, so that didn't actually overly surprise me when I shuffled and drew the cards. Expect to see a little bit of uncertainty, but it's not bad. It's like they're good outcomes to all of this, so it does look good. So let's get started straight away. So as we start the week for row 1, so if you haven't already, please pick row 1, 2 or 3. For row 1s, we start the week with the 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords, there's a bit of stress, a lot of mental activity, a lot of thinking, and that's not surprising. Our world is quite different to what it was a couple of weeks ago, you can't go where you want to go and all sorts of things like that. So there's bound to be a bit of sort of mental activity trying to make sense of that and so forth. So try and find some ways to switch that thinking off. Don't overdo reading the news. Don't overdo catching up on what everybody has to say on Facebook about it, because some people are in a place of fear and getting wound up isn't really helping anyone right now. So if you're feeling really stressed, try and talk to a friend, but also try and work that out of your system. Get outside in the garden, do whatever you can to work that through. Dancing's good. If you've got a nice big living room, turn some music on, dance, work through some of that energy and that thinking out of your system. And also relaxation's good. So there's some good MP3s you can download to listen to. They can be very, very relaxing. So yeah, that's a pretty brief occurrence, because by Wednesday and Thursday we've got the 4 of Swords, which is saying rest. Take a rest, take a break. You can't solve all of this anyway. So try and use this time to rest, recharge, charge up your batteries for when you're back out there doing it. If you're in the essential services, by all means, look after yourself, these little flies. Look after yourself so, you don't end up unwell or something like that. But it's saying, it's a quieter midweek. Read, walk, dream, think, draw, quieter activities which are very, very relaxing. So by midweek, the stress from earlier in the week seems to have eased and you're feeling much more peaceful, and it's a really good time just for contemplation and going within and relaxing. And that is going to do the job, because by Friday, Saturday and Sunday we've got the 6 of Wands, which is saying you're feeling pretty good, pretty positive. There are things you can do. There are things you can plan, develop, things like that. It's a good time to rethink what you're doing with your life. Is there something else you'd rather be doing? How can you use this time to develop that and build that? It's a prime time for that sort of thing. So you're feeling very positive. And okay, you can't get out there and visit people or things like that, but there are other things you can do. So look at what you can do. It will empower you. What can you do right now with this time to build a life that you really want? Is there something you could learn, a skill you could learn that could help you do something you really want to do and things like that? So yeah, you're feeling pretty on top of it. Things are looking good by the weekend. So if you've been stressed or worried about anything, the news looks good by the weekend for row 1s. For row 2s, we start the week with the 7 of Wands, which is also a bit tense, but I'm sort of picking and feeling a different energy there. It's more like the people who've picked row 2 don't like being told what to do, which is normal. It's natural. We used to have a certain amount of freedom in our life, and being told we can't do things we enjoy and so forth, you're going to get a bit of resentment, a little bit of edginess there sometimes, and that is normal. Also, it can, be an effect of being at home all the time with the people around you. If you're around other people and somebody's starting to be a bit annoying or get on your nerves or something like that. You know, it's a time to try and work through that and not take that all on board. Everybody's probably in a bit of a strange space, so don't take things on board too much from the people around you. So yeah, but that's going to pass, because by Wednesday and Thursday you've got the Fool. There's nothing foolish about the Fool. He's optimistic. It's about optimism and going forwards in the future with a sense of excitement, wonder and innocence. And that's the attitude I'm seeing for row 2s on Wednesday and Thursday. And it's actually a much more productive energy than stress and tension and things like that. You know, be optimistic about where you're going with your life. You can't control the world, but you can take some solid steps into a direction you want to go into. So yeah, it's also saying you're going to be fine. So by the weekend, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, we've got the Emperor, and that's saying you're feeling pretty strong, pretty much in charge. It can indicate another person who's trying to be in charge around you, so keep an eye on that. You know, if somebody's getting on a power trip and telling everybody else in the household what to do, yeah, it could indicate that. So make sure that you don't put up with that. You don't need to. But in most cases, I'm feeling it's more about how you're feeling. You're feeling in charge. You're feeling strong again. You've thought about things. You realize you do have some options and choices, and you're feeling good about that. So yeah, all in all, a pretty positive week with a little bit of stress and tension at the start of the week, which is not surprising given the state of the world we're living in right now. For row 3s, we've got the King of Pentacles, which is about abundance, finances, material world, housing, all those aspects of life. And it's in a positive sense. It's saying you're going to be okay as far as that's concerned. You know, things might be looking a bit up and down at the moment. They might be looking a little bit, you know, you might be a bit worried about that. But from what I can see here, you're going to be fine, and you're also going to have some good ideas about how to kind of consolidate that for the future so that you don't run into that again in the future where you're so worried. You know, a few assurances, some ideas of your own that you can develop to bring you an income in the future. So which leads by Wednesday and Thursday to the Page of Pentacles, which is about learning some new skills. You know, good time to do that. You can online study, or you can teach yourself, or, you know, there's some good companies like Skillshare and so forth where you can learn all sorts of things. Check them out and have a look, see what's available out there, learn some new skills which are going to add to your capacity to do well in the future. And it could even be practical skills, something you want to do. You know, a lot of cool things like, you know, you can learn how to do photography or videography or make things at home, and use this time to grow your skills, to develop them, to learn. It'll keep you mentally in a good place because it'll give you something to think about, you know, that you can do that you feel good about, and that'll give you a real boost. So by the weekend, Friday, Saturday and Sunday, we've got the Four of Wands, which is, yeah, you're feeling okay, you're feeling stable, you're feeling safe, you're feeling okay. You have certain freedoms. You might not have all the freedom you normally have out there to go out in the world and do what you want to do, but you do have the freedom to choose in your own environment what you do, how you spend your time, things you want to put your energy into. You know, if you're getting fed up with your environment, move your furniture around, have some fun with it, redecorate your room. Find ways like that, you know, to exercise your sense of freedom, because it's pretty important. Human freedom is very, very important, and when people don't feel like they have freedom, it can become uncomfortable. So this is saying, look at the freedom you do have, look at the goodness in your life, be positive, align with a good positive energy. You know, the law of attraction is all about energy and vibration, like everything in life, and abundance on all levels. I'm not just talking money. Abundance can be just the goodness in our lives all around. has a fairly high vibration, whereas if we're in a place of fear, our vibration's there, you know, it's at a lower speed, a lower velocity. So if you can, you know, retrain your thinking to get onto a more positive wavelength, then you're going to start meeting that energy and you're going to be vibrating at the same energetic level as that. And we'll find it much easier to attract what you want. It just becomes easier because you're on the right kind of energetic wavelength to that. So yeah, but it is saying freedom, okay? Exercise freedom where you can right now without, you know, causing problems or getting into trouble in your own space, in your own environment. And it looks positive. You know, your mind and what you think is your own. You choose. So anyway, it looks like a pretty good week for everybody. Do stay safe. Look after yourselves. I hope you're well. All my love to you. Take care, and I'll see you all in my next video. Oh, and don't forget to like and subscribe. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. See you all next time. Oh. So